Right. Hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another wrestling match review. Because the year started off with Royal Rumble season, and because of the two, not just reviews, but also the review of the NXT Halftime Heat from 2019. If you haven't already, go check out those reviews. I have been reviewing a lot of WWE/WF to kick off the year, and I decided we'll dip our feet into other territory, as we often do here on the channel. Admittedly, it did come down to a coin flip between WCW and ECW, and in this case, WCW won out. So I was doing some research, looking for some good WCW matches to watch, and I stumbled upon this one. Now, if you've been on the channel for a little bit, you know I'm a huge fan of Rey Mysterio. Always have been ever since I was a kid. And this match in particular is his WCW debut. Whether it's a happy accident, whether it's coincidence, whether it's fate, not entirely sure. But we're going to review this match and see what Rey Mysterio Jr. at the time, what his first outing was like, at least in terms of WCW, the first of many years to come for Rey Mysterio Jr. started with this match. I'm talking about Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Dean Malenko. I'll probably just stick to calling him Rey Mysterio. Honestly, it's just easier that way. I might interchange between the two, I'm not sure. But Rey Mysterio versus Dean Malenko at the Great American Bash 1996, which means their match at Halloween Havoc later on in the year. Technically a rematch, so that's interesting. That's a match I watched and reviewed a while ago on the channel. If you haven't already, go check out that review. But we're going to review and talk about this match here. Now, of course, as always, I'm not professional wrestling reviewer or analyst or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time, and I had a fantastic time with this match. This match was fantastic. And it turns out this is a match they've uploaded to the WCW channel. So WCW has their own YouTube channel, which is kind of similar to like the WF Vault channel or WE Vault channel, I should say. I imagine ECW may or may not have their own channel already. If not, we'll probably see one at some point in the future. But yeah, so the match is there in its entirety on the WCW channel. So definitely recommend checking it out. This was a fantastic match to watch. So without further ado, let's get right into this review. Now, if you've seen this reviews of mine before, excuse me, then you kind of already know how this works. If you haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and disliked about the match. Starting with what I liked, pretty much everything in terms of this match. This match was all kinds of fun, and for a number of reasons. For starters, and from what I remember of their Halloween Havoc match, pretty much the same as this one, and both men's styles being showed off very effectively and seeing them mesh together. They come together beautifully. Rey Mysterio, very much a flyer, very much that lucha libre style. Meanwhile, Dean Malenko, much more technical. A lot more of the strikes and holds and grapples and everything. And so having those two come together, I think. That those combination of styles always look so fluid, especially how you do them. Like having different styles can sometimes not work out, but I think if you do it properly, it absolutely looks fantastic. And in this case, it looked absolutely wonderful because as Dean, employing a lot of grapples and holds and slams, suplexes, and everything. Meanwhile, Rey Mysterio using a lot of his agility and everything and to counteract Dean Malenko's maneuvers. Was just made for a fantastic back and forth dynamic, and both these guys absolutely he's so smooth, so fluid in all of their movements. Almost everything looked like it hurt. There is this one moment, and it does lead to next overall story within the match. Dean Malenko, kind of does like a grapple, kind of comes down on the mat, has his leg near like Rey Mysterio's bicep here, or his arm, and then kind of like pushes his leg up and just like snaps the arm, and the sound it made, the yelp from Rey Mysterio. I don't think I've ever seen a move quite like that at before. It was definitely an interesting move, to say the least. It's a very interesting maneuver, and to see it employed, it looked gnarly. And then the story throughout the rest of the match is Dean Malenko just continuing to wear down the right arm, the right bicep, and continuing to uh, continuing to pry at it throughout the rest of the match, just weakening the arm more and more, and excuse me, and Ray, trying his best to overcome the those circumstances and overcome the to overcome that disadvantage that he no longer has. I shouldn't say he no longer has it. He's still able to do some stuff with the arm, but he's very limited with what he can do after that maneuver. And I think seeing that play out in the match was very well done on on commentary. They also put it over super well. Oh, and somebody in the comments section of this video pointed out that the commentary doesn't talk about any other match. Sometimes in matches, especially in WCW, they sometimes have to plug the other matches. But in this case, they're just talking about this match and just talking about the story between these two, which I think is a very well done move, and it brings a lot more. It keeps the focus on this match, which I think is very well done. But they also put over both men in an incredible way on commentary. They talk about Rey Mysterio, his background, and everything there. Especially Tony Schiavone is like a super surprised of Rey Mysterio starting to wrestle at 14 years old. They're talking about it. They bring up like Alex Wright and William Regal, how they started off wrestling young, but Rey Mysterio wrestling at 14 is surprising to them, but they also talk about Rey Mysterio and his agility, and they talk about Dean Malenko and his technical prowess, and how both men need to utilize that. They put over how both men need to essentially utilize their skills to overcome the other in this match, which I think is very well done. Like putting this match over in a really big way, putting these competitors over in a very big way, I think very much allows people to buy into this match even more than just the action that they're seeing in the ring. And I think it's very well done. Not just what's in the ring, but also the way commentary puts it over. And ultimately, and even the finish in a way does kind of protect Rey Mysterio. Dean hits a power. So how it ends is Dean hits a power bomb and then has his feet on the ropes. Ref doesn't see it. And Dean is able to retain the Cruiserweight Championship, which it's worth mentioning this match is for the Cruiserweight Championship. But having Dean kind of cheat, use his feet on the ropes, it allows them to give Dean Malenko the win, but it's like, oh, Dean won by having to resort to an underhanded tactic. So it does kind of protect Rey Mysterio in a way. I think it's the best of both worlds. Like compared to other ways they try to protect both competitors, such as like a double DQ or like a double count out or like interference or something like that. I think having it done like this was very well done. But yeah, just a fantastic match. And honestly, I've said it before about other matches, and it applies to this one. No amount of words will really do it justice. Highly recommend going out and seeking out this match. Like I said, it's on the WCW YouTube channel. Well, highly recommend checking it out. If I had to, excuse me, actually, him, Mike. If I had to find anything against this match, there is one point where Ray like dives on the outside with like a senton on the D, and he doesn't quite get it all the way. He still, well, he still manages to hit it for the most part, but it does look a bit, almost a little bit clunky. But that is just a small nitpick. Otherwise, this match, mwah, absolutely fantastic. And it's crazy to think Rey Mysterio is only 22 here. It's about 22. Who and Dominic Mysterio isn't even born yet. He wouldn't be born until the following year. But yeah, this was Ray's first official outing, his first official debut here in not first official, his official debut in WCW. He would go on to relative success in WCW. He'd be pretty much a stalwart of the cruiserweight division, a constant force and presence within the cruiserweight division. He'd have a candidate for not just match of the year, but had possibly one of the best WCW matches ever the next year when he would face Eddie Guerrero at Halloween Havoc. He would join up with the filthy animals. He would unmask and everything. And so this was the beginning of all that in WCW. And it is great to see. And I may have stumbled into this match kind of by accident, but I'm glad I did. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on those post notifications so you know every single time I upload a video so you never miss an upload. And let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on this match, my review of the match. Do you like this match? Do you like my review of the match? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.